Hello, welcome to the World News Journal. Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. The Russian Su 57 is a dedicated air superiority machine that is designed to hunt down American fighters such as the F 22 and F 35. Where it is successful or not is another question. The bottom line is that the Russians and the Chinese had different requirements and design priorities that led them to make different trade offs when developing their respective fifth generation fighters. In terms of sensors, it is unclear which aircraft is more advanced. It is clear, however, that the Russians and the Chinese have completely different concepts of operation. The Su 57 was never designed as a genuine stealth aircraft and has a sensor suite designed to neutralize Western stealth aircraft. The Russians are hoping the Su 57's sensor suite, which includes number 36L101 L band radar arrays, will alert its pilots to the general vicinity of enemy fifth generation stealth fighters such as the Raptor. Russia and China are both developing next generation, fifth generation fighters as they struggle to challenge American dominance of the international system. However, the two great powers are taking somewhat different approaches to developing these new next generation machines. Those differences are driven by a number of factors, including threat perceptions and requirements, as well as access to technology and financial resources. In terms of overall kinematic performance, the Su 57 is likely a superior performer compared to the Chinese J-20. With its three-dimensional thrust vectoring capability and ample thrust, the Su 57 is likely to have excellent low-speed high angle of attack maneuverability, even with the current Saturn AL-41F1 afterburning turbofans, which are rated at 32,500 pounds thrust each. The Russian jet should also have very good supersonic performance, with some degree of supersonic cruise capability, even with the current AL-41F1 engines. However, once the Su 57 receives its second stage Saturn is Delhi 30 machines, which are expected to deliver roughly 28,000 pounds of dry thrust and 42,000 of afterburning thrust, the PAC-FA should be able to achieve kinematic performance, including supersonic cruise and maneuverability, roughly on par with the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. Indeed, as one now retired military official with extensive fifth-generation fighter experience has told, performance-wise it certainly looks to compete with the Raptor. While the Su 57 has excellent aerodynamic design, the Russian jet is far less stealthy than the Chinese Chengdu J-20, let alone American stealth aircraft such as the F-22 or the Lockheed Martin F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. While neither the J-20 nor the Su 57 is particularly stealthy compared to American fifth-generation fighters, the Chinese aircraft places more emphasis of radar cross-section reduction measures than the Russian jet. The Su 57 has numerous obvious radar cross sections, hotspots, including its rounded electro optical sensor ball, which shows no effort at faceting, its movable leading edge root extensions, where the leading edge flaps meet the outboard portion of the wing, its engine inlet design, and a host of other problem areas. In short, the Russians consciously chose not to emphasize stealth in the Su 57 design. By comparison, the J-20, which seems to have been heavily based on F-22 and F-35 technology, makes much more of an effort at especially frontal radar cross-section reduction. While some analysts make the spurious argument that canards are not compatible with stealth, there are plenty of American stealth aircraft concepts and technology demonstrators that have used such aerodynamic features, including Northrop Grumman's proposal for the Naval Advanced Tactical Fighter and Lockheed Martin's own early Joint Advanced Strike technology, which eventually evolved into the F-35 development work. That being said, the J-20 does have some obvious radar cross-section hotspots, particularly towards the rear of the airframe. Nonetheless, the Chinese have incorporated advanced stealth features, such as faceting for the J-20's electro-optical infrared targeting sensor, housing liberally, borrowing concepts from the F-35. Moreover, the J-20 also similarly works to conceal its electro-optical infrared distributed aperture sensors, missile warning system in a similar manner to the F-22 and F-35 designs. The Chinese jet also incorporates F-35 style diverterless inlets, which somewhat compromise aerodynamic performance, but are more conducive to stealth and ease of manufacture and maintenance. Overall, the Chinese J-20's airframe shaping is far more conducive to stealth than the Su-57 air vehicle design. The Chinese aircraft likely falls well behind the Su-57 in terms of raw kinematic performance, both in terms of maneuverability and high-speed supersonic performance. The problem the Chinese face is that Beijing lacks a jet engine that can adequately power the J-20. Right now, the J-20 seems to be powered by the Russian-made Salyut AL-31F9. A more powerful and suitable indigenous 40,000 pounds thrust class WS-15 is under development, but it is not clear when the Chinese will be able to consistently mass produce that engine. Theoretically, with the new engine, the J-20 should be able to cruise supersonically, but even then it will lack the Su-57 maneuverability. Tactical fighter-sized stealth aircraft must be optimized to defeat higher frequency bands, such as the C, X, and Ku bands, as a matter of physics. Those aircraft show up on radar operating at longer frequency wavelengths, such as the L band. However, the track is not precise enough to engage a target with a missile. However, the L-band radar, part of the number 36 Balka radar suite, narrows the search area down so that the Su-57 can scan a smaller volume of space with its X-band number 36101 and number 36B101 active electronically scanned array apertures. The radar is further augmented with a 101KS Atoll electro-optical targeting system and the L402 Himalayas electronic countermeasure suite, which would help further refine a track from the L-band radar. The idea is that a focused search by the Su-57's other sensors would result in a weapon's quality track to engage a fifth-generation fighter such as an F-22. It is a good theory, but it is far from certain that it would work in practice. The J-20, however, is probably not designed as a dedicated air superiority fighter like the Su-57. Its concept of operations seemed to be based on American ideas about how to operate a fifth-generation fighter aircraft. Not much is known about the specifics of the J-20's avionics and sensor suite, but the Chinese jet seems to incorporate an active electronically scanned array, a chin-mounted EOTS, a passive infrared electro-optical DAS 360-degree spherical camera system, and passive antennas for an advanced electronic support measure, suite similar to the F-35's AN/ASQ-239 system. The J-20 also seems to incorporate advanced data links, integrated avionics, and a cockpit with a display similar to that found on the F-35. Indeed, the J-20 likely has avionics that are broadly comparable to that found on the F-22 and F-35, but which are not quite as refined as their American counterparts. The J-20 has a sensor suite similar to the F-35 because it is likely designed primarily as a long-range strike aircraft intended to threaten American bases and maritime assets in the Pacific. It will also likely have a role in disrupting American air operations during wartime by attacking U.S. aerial refueling tankers and airborne assets such as the E-3 AWACS, E-8 JSTARS, or E-2D Hawkeye, and other similar support aircraft with long-range air-to-air missiles using its combination of speed and stealth. It is probably not designed to directly engage American fifth-generation fighters such as the F-22 or F-35, except in self-defense. By contrast, the Russian Su-57 is a dedicated air superiority machine that is designed to hunt down American fighters such as the F-22 and F-35. Where it is successful or not is another question. The bottom line is that the Russians and the Chinese had different requirements and design priorities that led them to make different trade-offs when developing their respective fifth-generation fighters. Thanks for watching. For more new updates, please subscribe to the World News Journal.